Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to All Praise Picks. Today we're looking at the MLB. We have the Houston Astros playing against the Seattle Mariners in Seattle on June 19th, 2024. So currently, after the All-Star break, the Astros are 50 and 46, which is second place in the AL West, and the Mariners are 52 and 46, which is first place in the AL West. So this is a great divisional matchup versus two teams in the AL West, and I think this overall series will be really good. And in this game, in the first game of the series, I'm actually leaning towards the Astros to at least keep this game close and hopefully win this game. Looking at their pitching matchups as well as just their batting histories, I do think that the Houston bats are a lot more active and just overall better than the Mariners bats, and I think that they have a good chance of scoring in this game. Uh, so I have a few parlays for you guys. I'm currently in the UK. So the betting app that I use is different than the ones in the States, but all these lines should be available in your traditional betting apps that you guys use in the States. And as always, I'll break down the lines, give you my thoughts, and hopefully if you tap in, we can all win. So these are the first two parlays that I have at 125 to 1 and 133 to 1. Essentially, it's plus 125 and plus 133. I am leaning towards under a number of runs in this game, so I have under 11.5 in both of these parlays, as well as Houston to cover the first half run line at plus 2.5 runs, essentially not to lose the first half by more than 3 runs, and also for them not to lose the game by more than 3 runs. But in the first inning, I'm leaning towards it being a 0-0 tie. Looking at Houston in this spot, they have to travel from their vacations to Seattle, which is in a different time zone. And Seattle traditionally isn't really a good hitting park. And also looking at the Mariners, they really haven't had good numbers against right-handed pitching. They have a very high strikeout rate. I think it's one of the top 5 strikeout rates in the MLB this season. So I do think that this will be a lower scoring game. And if you're to put one unit down on either of these parlays, you could have a return of 125% or 133%. And essentially the difference between tie first inning result and tie 0-0 is on the right side. It's a correct score prediction. So even if the tie game was 1-1 after the first inning, as long as the game is tied and goes under 11.5 total runs, the parlay on the left side will hit. But I don't think that there'll be a run scored in the first inning, especially in the first game after an All-Star break where everybody's rested and should be on their A game. I do think that it'll be 0-0 after the first inning, which is why I put 10 on both of these parlays. But as always, just have bankroll consciousness and overall understanding of your finances when deciding to place these bets. So these are the next two parlays that I have, and they're much of the same as the first parlay, but I am including a hitter matchup in this one, as well as for the game to be within 3 runs by the end of it. So I did select either team to win by 3 runs or fewer. I guess the same bet for this in the States would be taking the Astros at plus 3.5 for the full game and the Mariners at plus 3.5 for the full game, but they didn't have that option on this betting app. But I do think that this game will be a lower scoring game, and I don't think that either team would win by more than 3 runs. But I do think that if there is a team that wins by more than 3 runs, it'll be the Houston Astros, which is one on the left side for the bet that's at 134 to 1. I have the game going under 11.5 total runs, as well as for the Houston Astros to be within 2.5 runs after the first half of the game ends, after the first 5. But I also included Jordan Alvarez to record a hit. He's gotten a hit in 3 of his last 5 games, and he's had pretty good batting history versus Luis Castillo, who is the pitcher for the Seattle Mariners today. Versus Castillo, Alvarez has a 500 batting average and a 1.583 OPS in 12 at bats. So I do think he has a good chance of recording a hit in this game. And on the season, Castillo has a 4.31 expected ERA, and the Houston Astros are one of the better hitting teams in the American League as well as just in the MLB in general. So I do think that Alvarez has a good chance, as well as their team, to generate hits. I just don't think this game will be very high scoring, which is why I took either team to win by 3 runs or fewer. And then looking at the last line in the parlay on the right side, I also included a tie first inning result. Essentially, just going back to what I was saying about the tie, like for the game to go 0-0 or even 1-1 or whatever different combination there could be. I just don't think that there will be many runs scored, especially early on in this game. But at plus 134 and plus 224, if you invest 1 unit on this parlay, you have a 134% or 224% return on your investment. And as always, I just stress having bankroll consciousness and overall understanding of your finances when deciding to place these bets. And these are the last two parlays that I have, and they're including a hitter from the Mariners. I think that Josh Rojas has a pretty good matchup in this game. So I included either team to win by 3 runs or fewer in both these parlays, as well as Josh Rojas to record a hit. And I included him to record a hit because he has good batting history versus Hunter Brown. Similar to Alvarez for the Astros, Rojas has a 500 batting average and a 1.181 OPS in 8 at bats versus Hunter Brown. And I think that being back home will be helpful for Rojas. I just do trust the Houston bats more overall, given their history and the very high strikeout history of the Seattle Mariners. But I do think that this is more of a flyer play, and I think that Rojas, he should have at least 3 at bats in this game and should be able to at least record a hit. But I also included probably on the left side and on the right side under 11.5 total runs in this game. And looking at the probably on the left side, I have Seattle Mariners plus 3.5 in the first half. Like I mentioned, I think it will be a low scoring game, so I like either team to cover this 3.5 run line in the first half of the game. But I do lean towards Houston to win the game. And then probably on the right side, I have a tie first inning result, which I spoke about before. But as always, if you're betting these bets with the probably on the left side at plus 169, the probably on the right side at plus 320, I was just having bankroll consciousness and overall understanding of your finances, which is why I put $10 down on the first one and 5 on the second one, just because it's higher odds. And even though it's higher odds, I do like the likelihood of it being a low scoring game. So I would feel comfortable putting 10 on this one, but I did already have previous bets. But I appreciate you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more MLB videos coming out later this week. And as always, peace out.